Well, I want to talk about this CDC advisory panel, they're essentially saying that reboosting people every 4 to 6 months is not a realistic health goal that this country can maintain. If that is the case, if you agree with it, then what are we to do to manage this pandemic that won't go away?
I'm going to say a word that all Americans should be focusing on is preparedness. We should be in a constant state of preparedness. You used to hear me talk a lot about vigilance, right? I'm not saying to let that vigilance go, but preparedness is where we are right now. And preparedness means that you are using multiple mitigation layers and strategies. You are masking in higher risk situations, that you are being vaccinated and boosted because of the emergence of variants where there is some immune escape, that you have access to rapid testing, and that you have access to oral antivirals. Those multiple anti-mitigation strategies are under the banner of preparedness, and that's where we have failed the public. We have not told them how to go into their toolkit and which tool to pull out for the reason and the occasion because of the noise of politics. We need to quiet the noise of politics and listen to the wisdom of science.
Listen to the wisdom of science. I can't punctuate that enough. Dr. Pernell, is COVID ever going to go away? It doesn't seem like it. And I'd also like you to tell us, is it possible that another variant can surface that might send us back to shutdown days and the days of social distancing and the days of being locked in our house and being away from everything and everyone we know?
Look, it's always possible, right? The game for the virus is to mutate so it can stay ahead and continue to find available persons, bodies, and hosts so that it can inflict damage and disease. But we can get ahead of the virus and stay ahead of the virus if we do those things that are proven to keep the most amount of people safe. Right now, we're in a very individualistic posture, which is unfortunate. Public health should always be in a collective posture, thinking about how do you keep the most vulnerable, the most marginalized, and the most persons safe, and that we prevent the spread of the disease. Yes, COVID will probably be with us in some form or fashion, but it doesn't mean that it has to have the advantage over us. The only time it gets to the advantage is when we allow politicians or when we ignore science to get ahead of doing what the data informs us to do as a best practice.